Hello there, everybody. I'm glad you could join me today, and I will join you. And we're going to do what I hope is another fun project for you. If you haven't met me before, my name is Francis, and I'm here at the Recovery Cafe, one of the better places on this planet Earth. And I'm so glad that I can be here and share whatever I've learned about art with y'all. And I hope you enjoy it, okay? So, today we're going to take an existing image. This is from a magazine. This is an existing image, and you're going to cut it up. Either you're going to cut it vertically, as this one is right here, or you can cut it horizontally, as this one is done here. And you're going to, once you cut it, you're going to rearrange it. Now, perhaps you can see that this was a leaf of some sort. So I cut it horizontally, and I rearranged the sequence of these areas here. And I decided, okay, it's kind of just a plain yellow here with these kind of vertical marks. And then it comes down to where you see more of the blue that is printed on this yellow. So I rearranged it. You may not recognize it as a leaf, but that's what it was originally. And this is, okay, I guess this would be called leaf pattern, okay? Now this one, I cut it horizontally, okay, but this format is different than this format. This is what we would say a horizontal format, and this would be more vertical format. But I cut this way horizontally. This was a figure, a female figure standing with the arms kind of extended like so. I was hesitant to cut it at first, but I thought, okay, what the heck? Okay, if I really, really wanted to, I could create another one. Maybe not exactly the same, but I could create another one. So I cut that, and then I rearranged the image into what I thought is something interesting. Okay, so that's two examples. Now this next one is one that I did for today, and all the images that I'm using now have been cut from magazines or such. And I cut them to a particular size, which is 5 by 7, and you will receive an image like this that is 5 by 7. And the first thing that, so I took this one, which is composed, as you can see, of words. I tried to create repetition of some of the colors of the words. I tried also to connect some of the words or the letters, where say like this N, it goes up to the pink here. This H goes up to the pink. The I goes up to the pink. Okay, so that's what I was trying to do. I don't think that this was so successful, but that's my opinion. Maybe other people will say, no, it was not successful, or someone else might say, yeah, it was successful. Okay, but that's their opinion, and they're entitled to that. And that's criticism. So I can be open to criticism, whether positive or negative, because I look at criticism as a way to help me to grow. As long as it's not intentionally hurtful, that's a whole other issue, huh? Okay? Okay, so you're going to receive your base paper, okay, which is about 9 by 12. Let me see, just to be sure, okay? So I have my wonderful ruler here, and this is 9, whoa, okay, by 12. I really like this rulers because I can measure and line things up with it. Okay, so 9 by 12, 5 by 7. I'm going to take my existing image first, and I'm going to place it on my paper, and I'm going to mark the corners. And I'm not going to measure it, I'm just going to, as I've said before, I'm going to eyeball it. And I'm going to mark the corners so that once I cut this image up, I know where to place my cut pieces of paper. Okay, two things here. You can see I've marked the corners, okay, very lightly, and the top here is narrower than the bottom. And that's because when we have more space here at the bottom, it's more weight and it's more pleasing to the eye. So please consider that. Now comes the fun part. Okay, I'm gonna cut up this image. Let's see. And you can see that these are all people who are sunbathing. Okay, various human shapes on the beach sunbathing. So I'm not using a ruler. Normally I would use a ruler to be more precise, but this time I'm just gonna cut. And I'm gonna try and be as accurate as possible. So I think that if I cut vertically, it would be a little more interesting, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it's not, I don't know. Okay. So bear with me as I go through this cutting process. Again, I'm not measuring, and it may not result in the most accurate image finally, but we'll see. Okay, and this is one thing about art making that I truly, truly appreciate. I can break as many rules as I want to, and the worst that can happen, say this one image that we're doing now, is I tear it up or I turn it over on the other side and I do something else with it. That's the worst thing that can happen, okay? The art police are not gonna come and say, oh, you didn't do this right, Princess, you better do it again or else. Nah. So, this is a very wonderful, creative way to break rules if you need to break rules without any negative repercussions. Okay, so I'm going to continue cutting. This will be interesting to see what happens here. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate that. And one other thing I had said before is when you're cutting, to cut with your scissors balanced, but you can see I'm cutting with my scissors in the air. Sometimes it changes, huh? And that's okay. Does it mean that I made a grave mistake? Yeah, I just decided to change my mind about it. And there may be a time when I use the edge of the table to balance my scissors. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna do one more cut. But you can see as I'm cutting, I'm keeping these cut pieces in the sequence that I've cut them. Okay, let's see, I think, let's see, I'll just leave that one kind of thick there. Okay, so I started over here. I'm gonna place this one, and they don't have to be, this is the way this would go. Maybe I want to turn it upside down. That's entirely up to you. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I'm gonna place that, and then I'll place this. And it'll be interesting to see how these bodies perhaps reconnect. Okay, I'm going to turn this one upside down. Okay, the next one, I'll leave it. No, I'll turn this one upside down also. See what happens. Okay, this is kind of fun. Oh, yeah. Okay. This one I'm going to leave that way. Okay, this one I'll turn over here. And you know, I could take the time to really reconfigure this image or rearrange it. But for our purposes right now, I'm going to move kind of quickly so that I can start gluing these down, and then we can see what happens. Okay, so this one I'll put here. Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm going to show this to you. Let me start gluing some of these down. I'm going to turn this one upside down. Okay, so Let me just start gluing here because I want you to see how this, the final result will be. Okay, flip it over. And with my trusty glue, I should have brought an extra paper to cover my table here, but that's okay, I'll clean it up later. As they say, later when your legs are straighter. Oh, did I need to say that? Probably not. I threaten my grown children and my grandkids that one of these days I'm going to grow up. Okay, and when I do, I'm going to be a bright red fire engine. I said that to someone one time who was a professor, and when I was in graduate school, they did not appreciate that remark. I thought it was kind of funny. Anyway, I'm just having some fun with my existence here on this planet. Oh, there's a wonderful thing that happened here. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, let me continue. But perhaps that gives you a little insight into my character. I like to have some fun. I don't need to be so doggone serious all the time. When you're talking about my having dinner, then that's a serious subject, okay? That's a serious subject. Okay. Just continuing along here. Moving right along. It's a little bit warm today. It's been kind of warm these past few days. But you know what? It's summertime in San Jose. Okay. Now I'm going to go to this other edge over here so I can give myself some spacing and an idea of where this is going to end up. Okay. This is quite fun. Okay, there we go, that one. And, okay, let's do this next one here. The images that we're using I took from National Geographic. Of course, I've saved a bunch of those that I've had over time. And National Geographic always has what I consider very interesting images. Okay, let's see. Oh, huh. Okay, oh, that's nice right there. I'm going to show you what part I'm talking about. Okay, let me see. Let me continue quickly here. So I hope you're enjoying the warm summer weather. It's not going to last forever. Sometimes people who do not like heat, it's just terrible. And I understand that. But again, it's not going to last forever. Okay. I'm laughing because I see some funny things that are happening here. If we were actually in the same physical space, of course I would share with you you could see closely what I'm laughing at. Okay. But I hope that you'll still be able to enjoy it once I finish gluing this. Okay, couple more pieces. Okay, let's see here. Usually, I would take a little longer to consider the placement of the image that I'm putting down, but as I said before, I want to take you through this so that you could see the end result. Okay, one more piece. Now, because of the way I cut this, oops, it's a little crooked, a little off. But I'm not going to be concerned about it. Okay, so. And I'll show you what I mean by a little off. Because this part here is thicker than, wider than where I'm gonna put it. And I noticed that the bottom of my page, somehow my spacing became crooked. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, you can see it's straight here, and then all of a sudden it went up here. It's straight here, and so the reason that happened is because I didn't place it properly, which is my fault, okay? So, but I think there's some wonderful things that happen here. Look at this woman's head ends up near where the bottom of her bikini is. That's kind of funny. Here's a man here, very light skinned, with a man who's kind of dark skinned, and they kind of meet at the waistline. That's, for me, humorous. Oh, okay, here's a man, with his chest getting his suntan, next to a woman you can see her torso also, okay? Okay, here's an interesting one. There's a woman got a dark skin with next to perhaps what could be her torso, and it looks like her head is attached to the torso. So you'll get some amusing results with this also, if you have figures that you're working with. Now, let me show you, give you an idea of some of the images. As I said, figures. Here, this is an image that's very organic, of some type of vegetation, and you'll receive 2 images. I hope that you like the images that you receive. We have no control over that at this point in time. But on the back of each image, you're going to see an X. And I do not want you to use that side. And in this case, it's obvious you don't want to be using the X. Here's another image where it has an X. Do not use that side. You would use this side, which is wings of birds of some sort. Looks like seagulls of some sort. Okay, so you'll receive 2 images, and you know how to proceed. So that, let me review. The first thing you're going to do is take your image and you're going to mark on your paper the corners of your image. And the next thing you're going to do, because that'll give you an idea of the placement, the next thing you'll do is cut your existing image into strips, either vertically, or if you want to, you can cut it horizontally. That depends on you, okay? Then you're going to start placing your images down. I would suggest that before you place them down, cut them all into the strips and then place it down. So, have some fun with it, enjoy, and perhaps you want to take both of your images and reconstruct them, okay? Take care, hope to see you again next time, bye.